Great.
Okay.
So people from group 18 might join us, and I haven't heard back anything from group 12, so we'll see. Apparently everyone's on vacation right now, and so they're just not checking emails, and when we message them directly, they're not available, unfortunately. So what we'll do, we'll just have a bit of a recording here, but because you're here, we'll also have an opportunity to ask you some questions, and then the groups also who are watching the call can get an idea as to what kinds of questions we need answers from them about. So I'll hand it off to Karina to go into some of that. That works.
Okay, so that works perfectly.
All right.
So just to clarify why we are doing these webinars with you, as you already know, each team probably has 2 ambassadors who are here to support you in case you have some doubts, in case you need support in any conflicts that you are having in your group. So it's important that we have these weekly meetings in order to answer some questions that you may have, and also give you some reminders and track how's the progress of your work so far. So Sarah, how's your group going? Like in a general way, you don't need to be specific because this recording will be available to other groups who are working in the challenge so far. But like in which stage are you now? Are you brainstorming? Are you already discussing a solid solution to the challenge? In which phase of the project your group is so far? Could you share with us? Could you share maybe the experience that you are having?
Yeah, sure. So I mean, I think we're progressing well. For now, we had like few meetings and had ideas, exposed them, and thought in which direction to proceed. So by now we're kind of in the phase of, I mean, we decided, but we need to elaborate that and take the next step. Yeah. So to actually put the work together and then do the presentation.
And for the groups that are watching this, Sarah, what would you say are some of the strategies that have been really helpful in facilitating your group's progress so far?
Strategies. I think we need to, as it was said by the ambassadors at the start, to decide the roles, like who does what, and so we need to have like organized group to know who does what.
Okay, and
yeah.
In addition to that,
I can see you in the video. I can see. I don't know why.
Okay, no worries.
Okay.
So, yeah, in addition to sort of articulating what the roles are for each of the groups, are there specific things that your group has done to help facilitate the stuff that you've been able to do so far?
In which sense do you mean?
Like, what's working really well for your group? Like, are there certain communication styles that have been working well? Have you been dividing up tasks so that each person is responsible for a certain piece? Is it everyone's working together at the same thing all the time? Like, what's sort of the work style that your group has adopted, and do you think it's been successful so far? Is this something that you to other groups?
I don't think we did for now, since we were all pretty busy. We didn't have much time to do, I mean, the real work. So we're kind of in an initial phase, but I think we're really going to put it all together now this week. So kind of, I couldn't really respond that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Can I add something? Oh,
yeah, sure.
I think it's important to that we that there is suggested schedule in the challenge, and you said, there is a week that everyone is very busy, and right now we are trying to work more, but really try not to get so far from what is being suggested in that schedule. Otherwise,
Okay.
it may be difficult to have everything ready for the symposium.
Mm-hmm.
And regarding the activity, the charter, I think that's exactly the goal, to make everyone aware of the responsibilities of each one. And I think that's a very important topic, in fact, because knowing which one is supposed to do, and knowing that each one has to give their contribution to the group, it's important that everybody like is working, so no free riders will be allowed, like shouldn't be allowed. And if you're having problem with any team members, you should inform us. In fact, we are trying to set up anonymous survey, so you can tell us if there is anyone that is not participating in the group, okay? And we will keep track on that until the symposium. So feel free to reach us in case you think there is someone that is not working well, or if there is someone that suddenly missed it without telling anything. So we really need to get we really need sorry we really need to receive this information, because it's important to make sure that everyone is working.
Yeah, and just to clarify,
I understand that. Yeah, I mean, but I really, how I get to know them the weeks before, I mean, my teammates, I think they're really all hardworking and everything. I don't think we will have much problem with that. So, I mean, of course, I think it can happen with everyone. It happened to me in my last team. So I think that with how I met them for now, I mean, we have the ideas, we know in which stage we are, kind of, but just need to put it all together and do another meeting and decide on how to do it and take the next step.
Yeah, and just to clarify, the commentary here isn't asking you to tell us who the if there are any people who aren't performing at the same level as other group members. Like, we aren't asking you to say their names in the recording or anything like that. We're just mentioning, for the benefit of all teams and everyone who is watching this as well, that we're going to be putting together this survey. So this is an option for everyone an opportunity for everyone to discuss like how well your group is performing. It isn't just about outing like, okay, so these people aren't doing well. It's also to recognize the people who are doing well, so we can continue to support everyone on the team.
Yeah, I also think that it's very important for everybody to contribute with ideas and put much effort all together in the same way. So yeah, that's true. So yeah.
Sarah, that's like amazing to hear that your team is doing well, that you are being able to work together. So that's awesome to hear that.
Yeah, that's the most important thing with the team members. So I think we found each other in a good way.
Perfect. So let's quickly go to some of the conference logistics that we just wanted to share with some of the students. And Sarah, if you have any questions or comments regarding them, feel free to jump in and ask away, because that's the main reason why we wanted to have students on this call, is so that there would be someone to ask questions from a student perspective.
Okay. So I mean, I didn't hear well something with the connection, but what the questions of like regarding the challenge or something like that?
Questions in general about the Calgary Symposium, because we have a couple of new logistics to share, and then after that, it's also an opportunity in case you've come up with new questions about what to expect in Calgary, questions regarding about how the symposium will be working, and I think to an extent we can also answer some of the challenge company questions, but for really specific ones, those might have to be deferred to Professor Muth.
Oh, okay. No, for now I don't have like any questions. I think I'm really informed about everything, but in case in the future I will need to ask something, I'll definitely or ask in the meeting or write an email. But for now I'm good.
Okay, perfect. So we'll just quickly go over some of the updates then, in terms of like dress code and internet and things like that. So one of the key things that we want everyone to be aware of is the dress code has been articulated before as to what's really expected for the event. Business casual for during the week, and then for your final presentations, business formal. But there is also a gala where you'll want business formal / gala attire. There is a possibility of a theme for the gala at this point. Right now, we're just getting some feedback from some members of the leadership team, as well as some of the international ambassadors, to see if that's something that we're going to be pursuing. But if there is a theme, it will not be cost intensive in terms of getting clothing for it. So as long as you have business formal or like your standard issue gala attire, whatever it is that you'd want to wear there, provided that of course it's like appropriate for a conference, that would be fine. Then for the internet, the use, if you have an EduRoam account, which I think is pretty common for most institutions around the world, like most universities have like EduRoam as an internet option. Feel free to correct me on that if I'm wrong. Is EduRoam something that that exists?
I've never heard about this, Duncan.
Okay. Sarah, have you heard of EduRoam?
Sorry, no.
Okay, maybe not then. Okay, well, there's also a guest network, and basically as long as you sign in with your email, you have like a free 3 days of access, or within that range. I think it might be 2 days, but you can renew that for that free internet access, and so there will be internet on campus for you to use, but you do need to bring your own computers and whatnot to the event, because Xculture is not able to provide all students with a laptop, and because you'll need to have that technology in order to prepare and practice your presentations, it is expected that you bring your technology devices, such as like laptops. We do recommend that you would bring your phones, I would say, just so that you have an ability to communicate with people on the go. How you want to go about managing that, we'll leave up to you. There are options to buy SIM cards here in Calgary, like temporary ones, so you can have a package here in Canada. There are also, I'm sure, with whoever your cell provider is, you can get international packages for a certain period of time. So it is recommended that you bring your phone. How you choose to manage that is largely up to you. If you do get a new SIM card and you have a change of phone number, please let Xculture know about that so that we know how we can reach you if we have to get a hold of you. And it's also helpful for the ambassadors, because if you're trying to contact us because you're lost or you need something from us while you're here at the conference, we need to know who's who. So that's pretty much it for the phone front. And I think lastly, just as a quick update, because the symposium is fast approaching, I think it starts in 2 weeks' time. Everyone will be here in Calgary. So yeah, it's exciting. And as a result, if you haven't booked your flights already, this goes for everyone. This isn't directed at any one particular individual, but if anyone who is viewing this has not booked their flights, you need to do it ASAP. And that's it for really the logistics from me.
Okay, so I think we have already gone through most of the our agenda here. But Sarah, since you are here, could you share with us your expectations for the symposium? And I don't know, what kind of experience are you wishing to have in this event? Is it your first time participating in an Xculture event? Please share with us a little of your experience and expectations with Xculture.
Okay, so I'm really looking forward to come to Canada because I really like the concept of Xculture. I liked how the first project went, so I really hope to get some additional experience in that sort of way. And I don't know, I'm really looking also forward to meet different people, different cultures, and also with combining economics with all of that. And I mean, this is my main expectation. Like, I really think that expecting some sort of more education to have from this symposium.
Perfect. Well, I think that we'll be able to meet those expectations.
Yeah, good. I'd like to hear that. Good. So, I mean, this is a principal thing that I expect. So, of course, I hope to also get to know other things.
Perfect. Is there anything else that you would like to add, Karina?
I think no, I think we're good. Maybe we should just sum up the main points of the webinar. Is it okay?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will send you a survey, as Duncan said. Regarding your peers' performance. The event, we are requesting you to have a business casual, right, for the days of the event. Could you explain, like, just sum up this point, Duncan, please?
So,
about the
in terms of just defining what business casual is. Business casual is where you have like nice pants. They could be like khakis, slacks, that sort of thing, and a collared shirt. It can be a dress shirt. It can be a colored shirt. But the main thing is that you have like a collared shirt. It can be t-shirt or long sleeve with nice pants and decent looking shoes as well. And then business formal is what you kind of expect in terms of like a suit, and then gala attire is something more like either you have a gown or, again, a suit.
Okay, perfect. And I think that these were the main points. We are really expecting that you are really, how can I say, Duncan, like they are really like expecting to be there in Calgary in 2 weeks, we hope that you have a great time with your team so far, and we hope you are able to keep this level of energy working in the project. And I think we will have time to set a last webinar pre-symposium. I am thinking about hosting it on next Saturday. I'll send a doodle poll so I can know what is the best time for everyone. And Duncan and I are always available to talk to you if you need any support or need have any complaint about anything. Okay?
Yeah. And if you have a specific question that you want us to answer, please at us in your group, and that way we can find the message more easily. Because we're in the group chats of all of your guys' groups, we get a lot of messages per day, like sometimes like in the hundreds. And so if you have a specific question that you want us to answer, if you at us, we'll be able to find that question out of the hundreds and address it much more quickly.
Yeah, like tag us.
Yeah. All right.
I think that's it. Sarah, are you okay? Do you have any questions?
No, I'm fine. Really, I don't have a lot of questions. I just stepped in very quick because it's very late here, so
Yeah,
I'm kind of
so
tired. I'm so sorry for that, but I think this is really informative. This is perfect.
Okay, glad to hear it. And thank you so much for taking the time to be on the call so we could have some of the student perspective and ask you a couple of questions.
No problem.
Progress.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Well, we won't keep you any
Sarah.
longer.
Thank you. Bye.
Right. See you.
Bye.
All right. So I will end the recording and it will be uploaded shortly.
Okay.
Great. See you all.
Thanks, Duncan. See you.